Sup, everybody? This is Garrett Sports Rants, and today I'd like to talk about, well, the playoffs as a whole, but obviously, most importantly, the Leafs, who are down 3-1 to the Bruins. And I thought this was going to finally be their time to slay the dragon and beat their longtime demons, but no, doesn't look like that's going to happen. Well, Game 5, which they have to win tonight or their season is over, which until they fully lost, I always say the cup is theirs, and they're going to come all the way back. They're going to win in 7, and, if they beat the Bruins in Game 7, now that will really be slaying the Dragons and beating their longtime demons. You see, here's the thing. In Game 1, they lost very badly. The Bruins won 5-1. And then in Game 2, they won. They tied the series at 1. They won 3-2 in regulation, but it was a very, very tight, close game. And then Game 3, which I was at, they lost, but they were up and everything. But I will say that was the most fun I've had in any of the playoff loss games I've been to. And then Game 4, okay, the Bruins were up 3-1. They score pretty early, about 5 minutes or so into the third, giving some hope. No. And then, tonight, they got to do it or they're done. Yeah. And assuming in the all likelihood they lose this series, they got to make serious changes. For one, Keefe's got to go. I don't hate Keefe. I'd say overall I've liked Keefe. It's just, granted he got them to the second round last year, but I hate to say it, and they got to get rid, assuming they lose this series, they got to get rid of one of the core four. I love the core four all dearly, don't get me wrong, and there's been much debate over and speculation of which of the four that would be. It can't be Matthews. I personally don't think it should be Tavares, but that's probably partial biasness because he's my man. I guess when they first got Tavares, many argued, there is truth to, that they didn't really need him because they already had the other three. Well, there is some truth to that, but I just also don't think he should go because, his dream was to play for the Leafs and everything, and they went through it was such a big deal to get him, and, he got all that hell and backlash from Islanders fans and all that, but yeah. So I would say either Marner or Nylander would be one of the two of them would be the one that should go. Between which of the two it would be, I really don't know. That's hard to say. But yeah, in terms of in the playoffs, otherwise, the Rangers, they swept the Capitals and swept that damn Ovechkin, which I am very happy about. And the Rangers, assuming the Leafs lose, are going to be my team. If not the Rangers, the next team, there'd be a number of other teams in the playoffs I'd want to see. I'd be happy to see win the cup. The Oilers, the Jets, the Avalanche, the Panthers. In the Avalanche-Jets series, for instance, the Avalanche are currently up that 3-1. Their Game 5 is also tonight. I think I like the Avalanche better than the Jets, but of course, it would be great to see any Canadian team win. Other than the Leafs, the other three Canadian teams in it are, the Oilers, the Jets, and the Canucks. Like the Canucks, for instance, I don't really like them that much, but even them, they're a Canadian team, and they've never won the Cup. They're tied with the Sabres for the longest drought of a team that's never won the Cup. So for those reasons, I'm always happy to see any team win their first Cup, no matter who it is. But yeah, and as of last night, the first two teams on the golf course are the Capitals and the Lightning. As of last night, the Panthers beat them in 5, and now they await the winners of the Leafs-Bruins series, which, in all likelihood will be the Bruins. But that's the thing. What I hope the Leafs do is what the Panthers did last year to the Bruins. Well, the Panthers, who barely made the playoffs, and last year the Bruins were by far the best team with over 20 points more than anyone else. Well, and the Bruins were up. It was kind of same, the series was tied 1-1 after Game 2, but then the Bruins were up 3-1, but then the Panthers come back and win in 7. And yeah, Well, then they're the ones who beat the Leafs in the second round. But as I explained in my last video, there was no malice against the Panthers because I do like them and everything. They were so not on par with the Bruins or Lightning or anything. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, and like in the second round, because the Rangers await, the winners of the Hurricanes Islanders, well, it'll most definitely be in all probability be the Hurricanes, who are up 3-1. I would have said the Islanders would be among the teams I'd want to see win, but they're down 3-1, so there's not much point really in rooting for them. I mean, the Rangers Hurricanes that'll be a hell of a series. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Rangers, they won the President's Trophy and everything. I mean, and unlike the Bruins last year or the Lightning in 2019, a President's Trophy winner actually got through the first round. So, yeah. And the fact that that's the Rangers, I'm very much happy about. I mean, unfortunately, neither the Penguins or the Blues made the playoffs. So now in the likelihood the Leafs are going to lose, the Rangers are going to be my team. And then, like I said, all the next teams I'd be the happiest for would be any of, the Oilers, the Avalanche, the Jets, the Panthers, or, like I said, I would include the Islanders, but there's not much point because they're down 3-1. But yeah, the Leafs are going to come all the way back. They're going to win in 7, and they're going straight for the cup. That is what is going to happen. Every year they don't win. I just assume next year they will. I mean, that's pretty much the life of a Leafs fan, though. You get your hopes up year after year after year, only to have those hopes crushed into tiny, bite-sized pieces every single time. But I'll have to be right one of these years. I mean, but if not this year, okay, next year for sure. Like I was saying, they need to make serious changes. Yeah. Whether that'll have to include getting rid of Keefe. Unfortunately, consider getting rid of one of the core 4. Yeah, but nonetheless, they are, like I always say, they're winning the cup this year for sure. If not next year, for sure. For sure. This year, if not next year.